Okay, everybody. Today, as you could tell from the title, we're not talking about math. No, we're doing an English lesson. We're talking about pronouns. And specifically, after watching this video, you're going to understand the difference between who and whom. You're going to know how to use those pronouns appropriately. And I mean, come on, I think that's something we all want to know. So to start, what we need to do is identify the differences between the two types of pronouns because they are classified. We have objective case pronouns and we have nominative case pronouns. So we're going to list those out and then we're going to talk about when to use each case, and then we'll do some practice sentences, see how they're actually used in practice. So let's start with our objective case pronouns, right? So our objective case pronouns will be, it will be me, we'll have him, we'll have her, we will have them, what else do we have? We have us, and we have you. There you go. Right now, so the counterpart to these objective case pronouns are the nominative case, right? And these, I think, are pretty intuitive. The opposite of me will have I. Here, let's color code this. Let's make it yellow. So we'll say I. Instead of him, we'll have he. Instead of her, she. Instead of them, they. Instead of us, we. And you is the only one that is both nominative and objective. We don't have another. There's just no difference. We use you for both cases. So now, now that we have these pronouns, we're all familiar with these. I don't think we really learned anything new. Let's talk about when to use these different cases. So let's make a little dotted line across the screen, right? Separate what we're learning. Say when to use. When to use, and we'll start, I guess, with objective. So we are going to use the objective case pronouns when our pronouns are the object of a preposition. So I'm going to just write OOP, object of a preposition. When they are the direct object, the DO of a sentence. And when they're the indirect object. So as you could see, they get their name objective case pronouns because they're the objects. They're receiving action in pretty much all these cases. I don't know if you would say they're receiving an action when they're their object of a preposition, but definitely when they're a direct or an indirect object, they are receiving action. Now, if you don't know what a preposition is, or a direct object, or an indirect object, I can't help you with that. That's not what we're covering in this video, where I'm going to assume you know what those things are. And if you don't, maybe you can piece them together from this, the practice sentences that we'll do. But I'm not going to reteach English. No, we're just going to differentiate between pronouns so we can use who and whom properly. So now, when to use the nominative case? You know what? I guess I can very simply explain the object of preposition, direct object, indirect object. So an object of a preposition, there are different prepositions like for, to. There's a ton of different ones you can list up. You can look up a list through. And the object of the preposition will be the pronoun like immediately following the preposition, right? So to whom, from him, through them. There you go. Direct objects, they receive an action. So like I threw the ball. I am the subject, through is the verb, the ball is receiving the action through. An indirect object indirectly receives an action. So if I said I threw the ball to him, the ball is the thing being thrown. The indirect object, him, is receiving that. There's my little 30-second spiel of what those are. Now for the nominative case, right, we use these when our pronoun is the subject or the predicate nominative. So I'm sure everybody knows what the subject of a sentence is, or at least of part of a sentence will be. The subject is the thing that is doing whatever action, right? We have our sentences, our subject verb, right? The smallest sentence is I am. I is the subject, am is the verb. I threw the ball. She went to class. They are going to fight. We are friends. Subject is doing the action. The predicate nominative is the part of the sentence that immediately follows any variation of the phrase to be. So that includes be, will be, is, are, were, all those different tenses of be. So, something that people, I don't know if people say this anymore, but people would say, couldn't be me. That's inaccurate. Me is should be used in the nominative case, so it would be couldn't be I, or it was I, it was she, it was they. Those are just some examples of a predicate nominative. So now that we have classified our pronouns into different cases, and I've shown you when we use these different cases, let's actually do some practice sentences so we can see these in action. All right, I got some written down here, and look at that, they all fit on screen. So let's look at these sentences. Let's think about which pronoun we should use. So our first sentence is, for who/whom was the letter written? Now, for is a preposition. So the pronoun who/whom is going to be the object of a preposition, all right? We have an object of a preposition, so we need to use our objective case pronoun. And in this example, whom is the objective case pronoun. That would be the correct answer. So the proper way to say this sentence is, for whom was the letter written? People don't always speak like that, right? Somebody might say, who was the letter written for? That's still not right for two reasons. One, who is still the object of the preposition for, even though for is at the end of the sentence. So you would say, whom was the letter written for? And then it's just standard practice not to end a sentence with the preposition. So that's why we move it to the beginning of the sentence. And instead of saying, who was the letter written for? We say the proper sentence, for whom was the letter written? All right, now the next example. That boy is faster than I/me. Now, what do you do here? I think a lot of the times what we'll hear people saying is, that boy is faster than me, or, oh, he is faster than him, or she is faster than her, right? We always hear the objective case pronoun at the end, I think most of the time. However, you actually use the nominative case pronoun. Now, why is that? That boy is faster than I. That sentence really isn't complete, because what are we actually trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, that boy is faster than I am, right? He is faster than I am. That's the full sentence. I just haven't included the am. So we wouldn't say that boy is faster than me am, right? That boy is faster than her am. That boy is faster than them am. That doesn't make any sense. You'd say, that boy is faster than I am. That boy is faster than I. The nominative case is what we need here. That's why we would say, that boy is faster than I. And likewise, this would be for any nominative case pronoun. That boy is faster than who? That boy is faster than they? That boy is faster than we? Sometimes they don't sound right, even when you use the right pronoun, and it's because for the majority of our lives, we use the incorrect pronouns. So it's going to sound wrong at first, but I promise you, you keep practicing it. The best way to practice is to consistently correct your friends. They won't be annoyed when you do it at all. They'll actually thank you. And that's the best way to practice. Now, we got 3 more examples. It was she, her. Now, this was something I kind of used as an example when we were talking about predicate nominatives. So I hope we all know that the correct answer is, it was she. Right? And that's it. See, these are all weird, aren't they? If somebody's like, oh, who did this? Who made the mess? Right? And you might, full of guilt, say, it was me. No, you don't say that anymore. From now on, you're going to say, it was I. Yeah. All right. Now let's look at these last 2. I liked they/them. So let's break this sentence down. Sentence 3 words. I is the subject. Liked is the verb, meaning they/them will be our direct object. They are receiving the action of me liking them. So, and I guess I kind of just said what the answer was. So we have our objective case, so we have to say them. I liked them. I liked them. And if you were here because you wanted to know the difference between who/whom, another thing like you might ask, who do you like, right? Remember in like elementary and middle school when we were all obsessed with who everybody liked? What we would say is, who do you like? That is incorrect. You we have to like break the sentence up weirdly. The sentence who do you like is can be more plainly read as you do like who. So you is the subject, do like is the verb, and who, your incorrect pronoun in this case, is the direct object, so it'd be whom. So, your little 12-year-old self should have been saying, whom do you like? On the discussion of who and whom, let's look at our final example. To who/whom did you give the ball? Right? So this is we have to, which is a preposition. So who/whom will be the object of our preposition. So we have to use the objective case pronouns. So we say, to whom did you give the ball? See, I think these are classic. Oh, what the heck just happened? Hold on a second. All right, I have no idea what just happened there. I know the screen probably doesn't look perfect as it did before, but that's all right. But as I was saying, I think that these are classic and great examples for who/whom because you're not going to say to whom did you give the ball, right? Your entire life, when you asked this question or questions of its type, you're saying, yo, who did you give the ball to? But that's not correct. We are saying these incorrect things our entire lives, but it's all right because we're going to correct them from now on. When you're playing baseball and you don't know where the ball went and you want to know where the ball went, you're not going to say, yo, Tommy, who did you give the ball to? No, you're going to say, hello, Thomas, to whom did you give the ball? Right? So there you go. That's our discussion of pronouns and who/whom. I hope you found it informative. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you learned something.